One. Hello, welcome back to the woods. And don't you just love it when you feel that someone's listening to you? Now, as if by magic, me and Ivy are out in the woods today. And we are going to be talking about a brand new piece of kit that we think, don't we, is pretty good. Anyway, let's crack on with the video. Now these are the Owler ones from a company called Wildguarder, and those of you who've been with the channel for a while, you will recognise these because I did a review of them. Great item, had some really good features on it, particularly the optics and the digital and optical zoom. Very good. A couple of downsides to them. Number one, the infrared was very good. It was also quite narrow. It needed a better diffuser on it. They also are quite heavy and quite bulky, and they weren't particularly weatherproof. A very good bit of kit if you're in a hide, where you could have these on a tripod. But if you've got these around your neck, or if you're carrying these, they're heavy. And also, if they're unsupported, particularly if you're using it in magnification, then the image can be a little bit blurry. So a good device, but with its limitations, which is what I put in the video and also in my feedback back to Wildguarder, because they sent me a product very kindly. They wanted me to review it, so it was only fair that I gave them a fair and honest review. So that was the feedback I sent back to them. So a few weeks ago, Wildguarder got in touch again, and they said, would I be interested in having a look at one of their new products? Yes, I said. So they sent it over in the post, and here it is. This was what arrived in the post. Not just like this, it just came in a plain white box, and upon opening it, this was inside. Well, the first thing that struck me was it's considerably different in size to what they sent me last time, which looked something like this. As you can see, that is quite a bit bigger, and this is also quite a bit heavier than this. This weighs very little at all.
Yeah, this is really heavy.
Very heavy. There you go. Literally palm sized, tiny. It weighs nothing. If I compare this to the Owler ones, well, as you can see, they're very big and heavy.
Yep.
Yeah, very heavy swap.
This doesn't even weigh anything.
Doesn't weigh anything, and it's tiny. Yes, the screens are a very different size. This, as you can see, is quite a big screen. This one is about 2 inches square screen, but it's a little TFT screen, and yeah, the size and weight considerably different. Now, if you are enjoying this video, then please hit that subscribe button down below. The more subscribers I get, the easier it gets for me, and I can start producing more content for you guys to watch. So please do me a favour, do yourself a favour, and hit that subscribe button down below. Now, on with the main video. So this is the Wildguarder CAMLEON 100. As we just said, weighs virtually nothing, is tiny, it's pocket sized. The specs on it, well, it weighs in at 700 grams. To be fair, it doesn't feel like 700 grams. It's got a 10 times digital zoom on it, and manual focus on there. It's also got a screw mount on the bottom, and it is rechargeable, and that's all done through this little cover on the side. What you've also got in there is a micro SD card. You can see it's all covered up, and that appears to be relatively well sealed as well, because one of my other complaints with the Owlers were they were in no way waterproof. This one, I've used it in light rain, nothing particularly heavy yet. So far, no issues. As we said, our illuminator on the bottom, and that little screen on the back there, which I will put the dimensions up on the screen now. The battery time, once it's all charged up, is 8 to 10 hours. And to be fair, I think that's pretty accurate. I've used this quite a lot. I've only had to charge it once since I've had it. Basically a small video camera which will do stills as well. In daylight it operates completely normally, just like a small digital camera. Image quality's not bad for something of this size, and the time it really starts to come into its own is as the light goes, because then the true colour HD comes in. Now I say true colour as opposed to full colour. Another device that I tested a while ago, which is the first time I'd used it, was a full colour HD, and AI enhances the image, and what it does is it makes the colours what you think they should be, and they can be quite vivid colours. This one, they're a little bit more true to life. They appear to be that little bit duller. The AI takes your image and any available light and it improves the image. So in low light conditions, dusk, dawn, absolutely ideal. In places where there are light pollution, urban environments, those sorts of things, again, it's very, very good. Your eyes in those environments have adjusted to there being some light, and when you look into somewhere that's dark, it still appears dark. With this, it doesn't. Once it gets really dark, or if you're operating in an environment where there is no light, i.e. maybe in a building that has no electricity, or inside a forest where it's no moon and there's no light getting in, that's when you switch over to the IR illumination. So it's a pretty good all-round little package for, well, that time from dusk right the way down round to dawn. So in use, the AI feature as a image intensifier, for want of a better term, is very, very good. It fills in the colours in true colour. They're not as vivid as they are with some of the other products that I've tested. However, I think they are a bit more true to life. Image quality in that is pretty good, actually. I have to say, I'll show you a few examples of it. Very good around dusk and around dawn, looking up and down the sides of fields. So if you're in a wood looking out, it's very, very good. It picks up the light in the open areas, adds colour to it. Great. So if you're a shooter, this would be an ideal little option. So if you're actually in the woods when it's really, really dark, perhaps there's no moon, etc., and it is pitch black, well, at that point you switch your IR on, and the IR illuminator, this is nice and broad, so it's not like that single torch beam cutting through. This is a much broader one. It gives you a full picture in there, and yeah, I think it's actually pretty good under those circumstances. So this is what I'm seeing, and this is what it's seeing, and that is on IR, so it's infrared illuminated. So again, this time there is no light, and this time I'm not using the IR illuminator, but this is what it can see. This is what it's picking up without IR. So this is enhanced by AI. It's not bad at all. So that sort of footage in this sort of darkness from something that size, that is pretty incredible. This will fit in your pocket. Outstanding. Really, really outstanding. The performance is excellent. The IR, I like the IR. What I did notice is when you're using IR, it somehow changes what's happening with the focus. The focus on this, because this one is a prototype, the focus on it is not amazingly adjustable. This actually rotates a great deal, but the bits that actually affect focus are about first quarter turn. So that bit, as I say, I think that's because this is a prototype. The zoom, as I said, I'm not a fan of the digital zooms. In other models that I've used from other companies, as soon as you hit that digital zoom where you're losing image quality. With this, and this has got a 10 times zoom, not a 4 one like I used on another one, it's pretty good. Even at the 10 times zoom, you're still getting quite reasonable image quality. It does help if you're using a tripod, but even then, as a handheld, you can still make out what things are. They just move around a little bit, which if you're not using it for filming, it doesn't really matter. If you're just using it to find your way, fine. Yeah, quite impressed. So uses, well, definitely wildlife watching, great. Night navigating, very, very useful. Yeah, you know what's coming up on the map because you've planned it, but sometimes it's helpful to be able to scan and see. It might be that you're only 100 meters out, but in the dark 100 meters is a long way to see. With this, like, you could see that 100 meters. Brilliant. You can see that gap in the hedge or a stile going into a forest, which you otherwise wouldn't be able to see. It would just be a sea of darkness. So from that point of view, excellent. For hunters, that time just before dawn when the sun's not fully up, where you've got light but not really enough to see a great deal by, and you want to know what's down that field edge, this would be absolutely ideal. And one other thing that I thought it would be ideal for, and it will be going in mine, is a get home bag. If you've got to move after dark, this would be a great aid to be able to see your way, so that you can clear the ground ahead of you before you move into it. So I do think this is a really, really useful bit of kit. Its big selling point is the weight and the size. This is tiny and it weighs nothing. It literally does fit into a pocket. Job done. It's incredible, and suddenly you've got the ability to be able to see in the dark. This, yeah, I think a little bit of a winner. So as far as cost goes, I don't know. As I said, I'm pretty sure this is a prototype model. As I get more details on it, I will indeed let you know what the cost is. I'll do an update video. But yeah, Wildguarder, I think with a couple of little tweaks, I'll put it all in an email feedback to you. I think it's a cracking little product with a lot of applications outside of the usual wildlife watching, etc. I think it's a very sensible little item to have as part of your overall safety type kit, or if you're a prepper, as part of your get home bag or your bug out bag, if you're that way inclined. Yeah, great little item. So if you enjoyed this video, then hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel, remembering to hit that notifications bell, because what we would like to do ideally would be hit that 100k, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
100k of that. What do we get for one of those? It's a play button, you told me, wasn't
Yeah, diamond play button.
it? Yeah, a play button. That's what she wants. And if she wants it, she's going to get it. Down below in the description box, I'll put a link over there for Wildguarders' main website. Go over, have a look at some of their products. They are very, very good. There's also a link over there to my Etsy shop, and over there you will find the Greencraft patch. So go over there, get yourself a patch, and show your support for the channel. I think that's everything. Is that everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I've been Neil, and you've been Ivy. She's just messing with you. And till next time, stay safe in the woods.